watch my lips, we will deliver electricity for this country in 36 months.
Okay, you've said on this, but let me ask you this. Someone sent this in. Debate Power says, this government plans to spend $1 billion to work on our transmission.
Yes.
Do you support that?
I don't.
What do you think is the major problem with the power sector?
The major problem, as I've told you, is we are trying to do big things instead of small things. We will mobilize mini grids to different locations of the country, like Aba Market, like Kano, like the Computer Village, areas where they needed the electricity most, so that we can start to generate income. We can start to mobilize economy. The money to do the electricity will come out from us enabling and releasing the potentials of our youth. We will not spend much money again, rather than we will have targets, and we have already shown all the targets. We will run this country as a project with definitive milestones.
Okay. Mr. Ositelu, but you do understand that Nigeria's income is dwindling by the day because oil prices are falling. So have you thought about how you are actually going to get money so that you can keep all those promises that you are making?
Yes, that's what I just said. That's why we are going to start with 6 or 8 locations. We are not going to just start everything everywhere. Those areas is going to enhance commerce. We are going to open Nigeria to business. Okay. See, once we open Nigeria to business, Nigeria is not open to business right now. The cost of doing business in Nigeria is exorbitant. There is no free information. There is no, for you to start a business, it's going to take you several weeks. There are no informations. If you want to bring something from abroad or you want to send something somewhere, there are no free information anywhere. All the public policies, no, we are going to streamline everything. The country is going to be accessible to both Nigerians and to foreigners. We'll make Nigeria accessible. We will undertake some things that people have not been able to do before.
Okay. Ms. Moghalu, you said 50%.
Yes. Let me
with dwindling revenues.
That's the point. Now, coming from my background, let me talk about the power sector. Then I'll talk about how we will get the money to do the things we need to do. My approach to the power sector is as follows. We have to decentralize the national grid. We have to take the hydroelectric electricity that we have now and move them more to industrial areas of production like Lagos, Kano, Aba, Onitsha, Ibadan, Port Harcourt. The remaining parts of the population, we want to create a renewable energy market, solar, electricity, wind, those types of things, renewable electricity. Building all these huge dams takes years. And that's one of the reasons we don't have electric power in Nigeria today. Focus on the industrial zones, because if they have 24-hour electricity, the prices of goods will come down markedly. And then begin to create a market for renewable energy. The world is moving on, and we're still in the 20th century, talking about this dam, that dam, and all that. So this is my approach to power. Now, about money.
No, you just talked about generation. You've not talked about transmission.
Transmission, we will invest in transmission. These are technical things, but what is the focus of my power sector policy? That's what I'm telling you. The details of it are technical, and technical people will handle it. But I'm telling you what I want to achieve as a leader. I'm not an engineer. He is. I'm a lawyer and a political economist. But I know where I want to get to. And I know how to manage and lead the process to arrive at it, working with the human capital that we will develop through the Office of Human Capital Development. Again, I come back to that. Now, in terms of where is the money going to come from, I've just shown you the performance, the woeful performance of this government on fiscal management. And our fiscal situation is horrendous, but they're covering it up. And this is why they're borrowing so much and mortgaging the future of our children in foreign loans. Where will we get the money from? Number one, we have to. Every government runs on efficient taxation. Any government that is successful, we have to expand the tax base. The informal economy is 65% of Nigeria's GDP, but our tax to GDP ratio is just 6%, meaning that most people in this country don't pay tax. Now, we're not going to increase the tax, but we're going to say to them, look, we're entering into a social contract. As the government, this is the minimum that we will deliver to you in 4 years if you pay your taxes. Do you see the point? Because people don't pay taxes because they don't trust the government. They don't trust politicians. So we're going to say this is the minimum we'll deliver to you, but you must pay your taxes. And we're going to use the mobile telephone system to reach most Nigerians and do a tax audit. This is how we'll bring many people into this is where money will come from. So it's not about borrowing. Borrowing money is a lazy man's economics. And that's what's going on. Because people don't want to think innovatively about how to raise revenue inside the country. The easy thing is to go and borrow and claim to be doing infrastructure projects. Meanwhile, the education sector has virtually collapsed. The health sector has virtually collapsed. But you're borrowing money from the Chinese so that you can award contracts and politicians can be making money. Infrastructure projects should be done by a public-private partnership approach. The PPP, use that for the second Niger bridge. Use that for the huge, road projects in the metropolis. Toll, they will receive their money back. And you can then save government resources.
Putting more pressure on the people.
No. It's
whom you say you're trying to make their lives better.
Listen. We want to release revenue that the government can invest in education, can invest in healthcare, can invest in creating an environment that creates jobs. So tolling is not a crime. You cannot achieve everything at no cost. That is not normal. So we're just, yes.
Tolling for people who are receiving 18,000 naira.
That's what I'm saying. You need money to raise the minimum wage. I'm telling you where you release money from to raise the minimum wage.
Okay, you release money from everybody. Now, there are those who argue that they're going to be releasing money from the rich.
We are going to abolish the petroleum subsidy. These are the things that will bring much more revenue to the government so that we can do things.
Had been abolished.
Oh, please. If you believe that, you believe anything.
We were told that.
We were told that.
No, they're spending about £1 trillion a year subsidizing petroleum. And it's going through the NNPC, and it's happening illegally while they're claiming that they're not doing it. This is where we are.
Yes.
Are you also going to toll the people or tax the people to provide the infrastructure they need?
I just want to bring something up that Mr. Moghalu said, something about trust. And if you see, trust is the cardinal point of our manifesto. Because what is happening in Nigeria right now is the people and the government, they don't trust each other.
They're at war.
So what we are bringing in is trust. That if we tell them this is what we are going to do, I don't know how it's going to do 50% of Nigerian problem. To do 10 to 20% is going to be a real challenge.
Why should they believe you?
The reason why they will believe
They don't know you.
Yes. I am Isaac Babatunde Ositelu. I grew up here in Nigeria.
There comes the intro, guys.
I schooled in Lishabi Grammar School before I went to Canada, and I studied civil engineering. Came back, worked for oil company, and then worked for the state government before I went back to Imperial College to study earthquake engineering. I am a project manager.
Okay.
We will, on our honor, build this country from the ground up.
Okay. All right. Mr. Moghalu, in 3 seconds.
Sure.
Final statement.
I think that the YPP, the Young Progressives Party that I represent as presidential candidate,
3 seconds after.
Yes, will offer Nigerians something new, something different, something bold in 2019. 2019 is not just an election. 2019 is an election of our destiny as a country. It's a choice between the past and the future. We represent the future of Nigeria. The APC and the PDP represent the past.
Okay. Thank you very much. 2 presidential candidates, one of the YPP, Young Progressives Party, Dr. Kingsley Moghalu, as well as the other of Accord Party, Mr. Isaac Babatunde Ositelu, coming to explain their visions more to us this morning. Thank you very much for coming, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sunrise will return in just a moment. Do join us after this break.